you will find that the giveaways in the adult who needs to be self-sufficient rather than has chosen to be self-sufficient is their need to shame the needy, right? You can spot it in the tone in which they will have to judge and mock those who have to rely on other people. You see, it's interesting because you can see it really in the tone. It's like music more than anything else. The way this system works. You're essentially trying to figure out whether the beliefs that the person has formed were actually built on any kind of intellectual study or conscientious thought and investigation, or whether this was a belief that was formed as a result of some sort of oppressive, domineering experience, perhaps much like childhood, where you've been, had nobody you could rely on, for example, and inconsistent or alcoholic or typically incredibly needy parents who would promise and then suddenly swing from one side to the other. Sort of extreme environment, a very anxious and stressed environment. This will create a situation where you couldn't rely on your caregivers, and so you would have learnt by default that it wasn't worth relying on anyone, it wasn't of value to, and one of the childhood coping mechanisms for dealing with that is to believe that it was somehow for your own good. And so what happens is you form retrospectively a set of beliefs which justify and validate the idea of not needing to rely on anyone. Now that, you will see when it plays out into the adult, becomes the need to shame and mock and judge those who need other people. Because I didn't, and I got here, and I didn't need to rely on anyone. And it becomes a whole sort of overbearing self-concept. So you can spot it in that need to judge and mock those. But unfortunately, it's a kind of resultant unconscious envy that they're then experiencing in being present with somebody who's able to open themselves to the need for care, support, and basic degree of understanding and to be heard by others. So it's the tone that you can read it within, and it's the need to dismiss the needy. That's a really interesting point to look out at. There's many others, convenient beliefs of this type, which I explore through my work. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe and follow the channel. Thank you very much.